Now, Gene Seroka, he is the executive director of the Port of Los Angeles, which is the busiest port in the United States, although that's an odd thing to say these days, Gene. So, you know, when we're trying to figure out what's really going on here, I know you've seen a significant drop in ships at your port. What are you seeing?
Good evening, Erin. Your timing is so important. We've hit fresh lows here at the Port of Los Angeles. Over the last week, we've averaged 5 ships per day in port. This time of year, it should be about 10 to 12. And subsequently, job orders for dock workers are down 50% over the last 2 weeks.
So that's employment. That's cold, hard jobs you're talking about. But just to be clear, you're talking about a drop of more than 50% in the amount of in what's coming into your port. And Gene, just to be really black and white about this, the stuff that would be coming into your port that we are now getting half as much as you usually get is stuff like what? What are the general things that are usually on those container ships?
Generally, Erin, furniture, footwear, toys, and clothing. Seasonally, we've blown right past summer fashion. Now our eyes are set on back to school, and that product should be here on the docks right now, then Halloween to follow. As you and I have talked about before, May that we just closed out is usually the time where orders go into factories in Asia for the all-important year-end holiday seasons. I'm not seeing that happen right now.
So is it fair to say, I mean, where are we in this process? You know, when the tariffs on China were 145% and then Trump cut them to 30%, and, you know, things have been all over the map. But any kind of reprieve that some would have expected we're going to get, that we would have gotten from that, you're saying you haven't seen it. So are we at a point where we're not far away from there being shortages of certain things, where prices going up sharply for what is here?
We're cutting it close. And realistically, what we'll probably see are fewer selections on store shelves and online buying platforms, and likely higher prices. And you're exactly right that with this flow of cargo now, we're coming up really close on some very key arrival dates that aren't happening. And as a leading indicator to the U.S. economy, we see this activity 3 months before the ground truth happens here on the shores, and it's slow.
And so you're saying that in 3 months, we're gonna see it. So you're going to see it at back to school in prices. You're going to see it on shelves. You're going to see shortages. So, Gene,
that's right. And this slowdown of cargo, slowdown of cargo ships, Erin, will hit the East and Gulf Coast in several weeks' time due to the longer transits they have. So this story is not complete yet.
Right. Well, you're the canary in the coal mine, but you are the biggest port. You know, when we see the deadline today, it's tonight, right? We haven't heard anything about anybody coming to Trump with their best and final offer, right? That's what the Trump administration said that they had to receive by today. Again, we haven't heard of any of them yet. But how long can you wait for these trade deals, Gene?
They can't happen fast enough, Erin. And we've also got the other deadlines of China's negotiation, that 90-day reprieve that you started off at the top of the show with. That's August 11th. And the rest of the world is July the 8th. And that's what businesses continue to tell me. They've still hit that pause button because this runway is so short. They're not putting in new orders. Inventory levels now will be watched very closely as they start to decline.
Gene, thank you very much. Really, really important. And thank you that, you know, laying all this out and giving us those facts. Thanks. Gene Seroka live from the Port of Los Angeles, largest port in America.